this book, Ruins in Northern Eurasia, seem to have had written language. The only problem is the form has been lost. But what if someone managed to find a link between this written form and current language? Maybe then we would have known what all of this had said. Could you please stop sighing every 10 seconds? I know it might be hard for someone like you to focus, but that doesn't mean you're allowed to disrupt my silence. So what if we've been here for hours? The path to discovery is filled with years of tedious research. Rather than complaining about such things, you simply have to face it head on. I wouldn't be anywhere with my research if I gave in to my weaknesses every time my mind got distracted. For Avhalia's sake. Take a break then, if you're really so drained. Better to have you walking about instead of pouting at the table. I swear people are so needy. If only everyone had the drive to fight through their boredom as I do. However, if you're getting up for a walk, then you might as well fetch a book for me. Why are you so huffy about it? You're getting up regardless if I make you get the book or not. Why not be polite and grab the book for me on the way back? At least that way, your walk will have been of some use to me rather than just wasting our collective time. I am being nice. This entire time, I've been nothing but nice to you. What more do you want from me? The magic word? What are you blabbering on about? Please is the magic word. No, I never heard such a thing growing up. Is this a saying here, or... Stop looking at me like I'm the idiot. You're the one bringing up magic words. Who cares if I don't know that particular saying? It's not like it's something of importance anyway. If you wanted me to say please, then you should have just done the reasonable thing and say so. Will I say please? No. I just told you the way to go about asking me. I never implied I was actually going to do it. Now off with you. I need peace to look through my notes. I think I'm close to making a key connection between the stories and specific ruins littered throughout the nation. I just need a little time to think. Look over there. The pretty little princess is here today, too. Damn. What is this? The 4th time this week alone? She's got to have a life outside of the library, right? Not anymore. I mean, you have to know about her stupid-ass theory that she proposed to the university. Of course, it was rejected. No credible institution was going to look into a ridiculous theory like that in the first place. However, instead of just letting it go like she should have, she just dug her heels in. Apparently, she plans to prove everyone wrong. How is she going to prove something like that? Beats me. There's no amount of research on Unterram that'll patch those two ideas together. She even tried to build up a research team, but as far as I know, nobody bothered showing up. Of course they didn't. Not only would they be joining a sinking ship, but then they'd have to deal with that attitude of hers. Honestly... Hey, you think her father's disappointed that his daughter ended up being such a delusional fool that can't swallow her own pride? So instead, she just continues on being an embarrassment. He's got to be. Imagine spending all of that money on your daughter to get an education, and she just throws all of that progress away to run around chasing children's stories. Honestly, I feel bad for the Marquis. It's a good thing he has other children to replace the bad egg. Hey, is someone there? It was probably nothing. You know this building's getting old. It's always creaking, especially after a storm. Oh good, you found it. I was worried someone else might have taken it. I know some linguists are trying to get their hands on this. Are you alright? Are you sure? You have a strange spaced out look on your face. And not the same spaced out look you have when you're mentally exhausted. I've come to learn those are two different things. You overheard something. Well, it must have been something fairly serious to have you so deep in thought. It was about me. What was it this time? Of course. They have the audacity to gossip about me, but don't have the nerve to be original about the rumors they spread. You would think scholars of all people would be smart enough to come up with new angles to criticize me with. But no, they're complacent enough to just say the same things over and over. At some point, it's just pathetic on their part. Ever since I formed my theory that ancient Unterram was united, people turned me into a laughingstock. I wrote a proposal to the university in order to get funding for my research. As you can tell, that didn't go well in the slightest. People told me to get my head out of the clouds, to research something that's based in fact and not fiction. But I know I have something here. I'm not turning my back on it just because others won't believe. Just as people believed the God of Wisdom was nothing more than a fool, I follow in his footsteps. And I'll show them. Everyone who laughed, jeered, mocked me, they'll eat their words. Though, if you stay on this path with me, people might start to make assumptions about you too. If that sort of thing bothers you, then perhaps you should consider leaving my team. It's still early enough that others wouldn't notice you've been assisting the bad egg. I told you. They spread the same rumors around. I've heard it all. My skin's thick enough to bear the brunt of it now, though you may not be the same. It's fine if you want off the sinking ship. I'm not going to drag you down with me if you want off. Besides, there's no use in keeping people around who are dissuaded so easily. What are we doing next? Well, there's no way to directly link the story to anything tangible yet. My hope is to travel to Laras to investigate the ruins there. It's the most structurally intact in Kirajan Matahari, and it is relatively close, which cuts down on cost. Other important structures that scholars have found are primarily in other nations. The Empire hosts a great majority of them. Unfortunately, going there is out of the question for now. At least for me. I'm the daughter of an Aragian marquis. Need I say more? I doubt Balians would want someone like me digging around in their ruins. A shame that it hinders my research, but things like that money can't repair. That's for ambassadors, princes, kings, empresses to settle. Regardless, finding clues here is far more important. Perhaps if there's writing, artifacts, or even some architectural similarities I can note down, I can compare it to the research held in these books. They hold everything scholars back home have discovered about all of the known sites back home in Aragion. Apparently, they managed to find similar carvings and a few pieces of writing that remain intact. Now, no one knows how to read their writing system yet, so there's no way to know what the artifacts say. But all of it seems to be based on the same system. I'm hoping we can find remnants of writing in a ruin somewhere in Kirajan Matahari, so I can try and find links there as well. Then, in the future, if it seems like this is really going somewhere, then I'll venture to other nations as well. There's known sites in Drachenfrey, Stelios, and Cha'an. When the time comes, you're welcome to come with me. I'll need your assistance, after all, to fetch things and the like. And you have a good eye for things. I can appreciate that. But Laras is first. Shouldn't take longer than a day to get there, but it'll depend on who I can manage to find as an escort. Do you have any suggestions? Well, I have never needed to go on an excursion like this here, so I don't want to get scammed or robbed or killed. I especially don't want to be killed. Oh, you do? Well, all right then. Tomorrow you'll take me to see them, so I can inquire how much it would cost to take us to Laras and guard us while we search the ruins. Yes, tomorrow. I don't have time to dawdle. I must set this up as soon as possible. Ugh, fine. The day after tomorrow. Does that work better for you? Good. Now, assist me with this, and then you can leave. Yes, I'm quite certain that's all I need from you. Unless you would want me to find something else for you to do. Because I assure you, I can always find another thing that needs to be done. I knew you'd settle down at the sound of that. Now hush, so I can listen to myself think.